What are the main reasons why you are not succeeding as a spiritual entrepreneur? It is very common that if you have started already your spiritual business, maybe you're a healer, you're a coach, or you're a mentor, or doing anything meaningful out there in the world, yet you are struggling to find potential customers, or you are not generating enough income for your business. And if you don't have the customers or the income, unfortunately, your business will fail no matter how impactful and meaningful it is. So you need to be really focusing on finding the aligned customers for you that you can actually support with your solution. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to maintain this soulful venture basically in the long term. So the main reasons why this happens actually is lack of strategy. That's something that I keep seeing happening all the time. And yes, I know that you want to be listening to your intuition, yet it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be applying some level or some form of strategy in your activities. The second reason why this happens is that you are confused or overwhelmed. Again, this is something that I keep seeing happening when you are your own business and you are a solopreneur and you're actually doing everything by yourself, as in you're the one who's dealing with the clients on the healing or coaching sessions, and you're the one who's finding them, the one who's replying to emails and messages and so on and so forth. This actually happens that you will feel a little bit tired, exhausted, overwhelmed, stressed, and eventually burnt out. So you need to be making sure that you are prioritizing your actions in a way that will allow you to remain your wonderful being, and you are making an impact with those activities that you are doing, and you are removing some of the distractions that are keeping you away from focusing on the main priorities. And the third reason why this keeps happening is that you have some inner fears around money usually, and finances, and success in general. So what does that actually mean? Because this is a big one and I don't want to just quickly go through this one, but within the spiritual industry and the spiritual communities, I see this happening a lot, that most of you have resistance towards the material world. But what you really need to understand is that you chose this timeline. You chose to be in the body that you are in right now. So why did you choose a timeline when it actually happens to be a material world? You need to have finances to be fulfilling your basic human needs, such as having food, having a roof over your head, and just making sure that you are surviving. And these are the very, very core foundations. And I haven't spoken about fulfilling your dreams and desires and wishes and none of that. So if you are resisting making money by being spiritual, you are actually denying your basic human needs. Okay, so let that sink in for a little bit. If you are resisting generating income and making a living out of your spiritual path, you're actually denying the very basic needs that your body actually needs. So when you start seeing things from that perspective, that you need to be generating some form of money, some form of income anyway, because you need to buy food, you need to have a house to be living in, or you need to be, I don't know, be able to shower and have water in your home. You could also do that, and you could also be generating that kind of income by really remaining your authentic spiritual self. So why not choose that? Okay, so you don't have to be getting stuck in a job or taking on projects or extra work just to cover the basic financial requirements that you have in your life. You could very easily just turn up the financial volume of your own spiritual business and your spiritual activities and turn that into your main resource for fulfilling these basic human needs. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. And I wanted to put this out there because I keep seeing this happening, unfortunately, way too often. And I also been there myself. I went through this phase when I was resisting the material world, and I actually ran away from success when I was a chief executive officer, and I quit my job and I wanted to run away from everything money related and business related and finance related, because I felt that I kind of lost my authentic self in the process. So that's how I ended up living in a jungle. That's for another story. I'm no longer in a jungle. I came back to Europe, but that was a little while ago that I realized that I need to be realigning myself and really embrace the financial material and the financial success combined with my spiritual path. So I'm hoping that it actually helped you shift a little bit. And if you have any questions or something isn't clear, or if you don't agree with me, please feel free to pop that in the comments for me.